Trump wields 1798 law to deport nearly 300 Venezuelans despite judge's order to block the action. President Donald Trump's administration deported nearly 300 alleged members of the Venezuelan gang Tres de Argua under the Alien Enemies Act, despite a federal judge blocking the flight under the 1798 law last wielded during World War II. Chief U.S. Judge James Boasberg ordered Saturday came after Trump issued a proclamation which he had signed the day before targeting the gang for immediate deportation under the 18th century law. Trump's order said the gang continues to engage in mass illegal migration to the United States to further its objective of harming United States citizens. The Alien Enemies Act allowed the deportation without a hearing of anyone from the designated enemy country who is not a naturalized citizen. The law has only been invoked 3 times while the country was at war to haste the removal of citizens of enemies of country. So the judge blocked it. The Republicans want to impeach the judge. Donald Trump said, I'm going to deport the people anyways, right? And you said J.D. Vance said,
yeah, J.D. Vance came out, I think it was 2021. He was like, if I was Donald Trump, I would just go ahead and do. I mean, I don't want to say this is not verbatim. Basically, I would go ahead and do what I was going to do. Have the judges go ahead and take me to court, have the judges rule against me, and then do it anyways and tell the judge, you know what, enforce the law. Basically, what he's saying is like, the judges don't have, what is he going to get off the bench and go and enforce the law himself? You have to have some type of either the military, the police, or someone to enforce the law. Judges don't, the judicial branch does not have that. So it takes the executive branch or the legislative branch to kind of enact those things.
And then you send it to the Department of Justice, which he runs. So the whole thing now, so folks, the reason we keep bringing this up, we've brought this up multiple times. And the reason I'm bringing it up is because nobody is safe under this law. They can pull you over and say, hey, I think you're part of this game. Watch till as soon as he puts it on the African nation, then they can start rounding up black folks. Because right now, this Venezuelan gang, they don't know, to them, they're Venezuelans. To the administration, they're all Mexican. You know what I'm saying? Hispanics. So they can round you up, lock you up without due process. I just read a story about a guy, he voted for Donald Trump. His wife got locked up and he couldn't find her for weeks. Because where she was held, they're giving no due process. They use this law to round up the Japanese. This is how Bainbridge Island became rich, because the people stole the land from all the Japanese people that used to own it. I'm telling you, folks.
Wow. Carry
your ID on you. Tell your children to have your ID on you. They will come for you once you start talking bad about something.
I don't think IDs even matter, man. I think they can say, you know what, we're not going to recognize this. Let's go ahead and let the judge sort this out.
Looks like you're part of the gang. Looks like you bought the screwdriver for that gang, or you helped them, push their car off the street.
They don't even have to have a reason. They're just taking you in. What he's asking for is the right to be able to do what he wants. He asking for wartime rights in peacetime. There are a lot of people from Venezuela, a lot of people who came here under a legal asylum request under Joe Biden's administration. They came here legally. You can come to this country and request asylum. You can do that and then sit and wait for your court date, which takes years. This is why they had that bill in place, bipartisan bill under Biden, to kind of expedite the process where people could get it done in 6 months. We could find out this, but who tanked it? Donald Trump. You know what I mean? So this is things like what he's doing right now is asking for wartime powers in peacetime. It's like he could almost ask for what is it called when when the police was it
martial law.
He can almost ask for something like that. It's like,
well,
when
he
you don't
declare
need
it if he wanted to. You know what I'm saying? He could be like, hey, we're under siege here by these migrants. That's what was his plan to do. But I think he's trying to get everything in order to have the recession so the rich people can buy everything up. You know what I'm saying? Because that's why he's tanking the economy.
Someone else said the same thing too. You know what I mean? As far as what you're saying about, have tanked the economy so the rich can buy everything up again. Because they've already told us they want us to rent everything. This has already been said. It's been said several times. It's being done. I mean, it's actually being put into work. You look at Fink from I think it's Lawrence Fink or Larry Fink from BlackRock. He's already said it. He's already told us, hey, you guys will rent everything and you'll like it. You got JP Morgan. Making rental communities, building homes that will become rental communities that will never be able to be bought, only be able to be rented. And so, I mean, everything that we're doing, everything they're doing right here is they're telling us what's going on. They're telling us who it is. They're trying to play like this whole thing in Colorado is such a big deal to where he needs wartime powers in order to be able to enact. It won't just be asked for Colorado.
It's not going to stop either.
I mean, it's not even just he's asking for broad discretion. That's across the nation to start his mass deportations. It's first is to detain you. First, I can just detain you with no like actual due process. I don't have to figure out anything. I can detain you. I don't have to talk to a judge, nothing. Here you go, detain you. Then I'm going to start deporting you. And so who's going to get wrapped up in this? Oh, we're going to have to break a few eggs to make an omelet. Guy said, so does that mean some people who are like naturalized citizens who are born here are going to be getting wrapped up in this too? And they'll just have to say, hey, that's just part of the process. That's what we're going to be doing.
Well, I mean, like it's going to be a lot of that. You know, what's saying that they're not going to run AI through everyone's social media apps, see who's ever talked down or said some bad stuff, and then round them up.
Like you might have, I do it all day long.
Yeah, the Minority Report. Like, hey, you have the views of a killer. I mean, like they're going to start rounding up citizens.
Yeah,
and people are going to start disappearing.
Hey, I'm not going to say that you're 100% wrong about that, because we got to look at it from this perspective.